Photography is art, and art is very collaborative. But if you take photos like I do, you're kind of just out wandering around on your own, and then you're editing at a desk or in a weird position on your bed on your own. One of the ways I like to bring collaboration back into my photography is by working with my local camera club. And today I'm going to give you 4 reasons why I think you should join a local camera club, and I'm going to share some ways that you could maybe make one if you don't have one in your local area. Reason number 1 is challenges. Now, other clubs might call this shooting under a theme or just a challenge. But how my club does it is at every meeting, we go through like the list of names, and let's say it's me, I choose a genre of photography or a broad theme. Our current one is street photography, but in the past we've had astrophotography, we've had like one tree. I suggested fake album art a while ago. Then we have 2 weeks before our next meeting. So that's 2 weeks to go out and shoot pictures under that theme, or, you know, use some old photos that you kind of have lying around in your Lightroom library. And then at the next meeting, we all showcase these photos and we kind of do like a group critique kind of thing, group feedback. It's just like we all showcase our images to each other. And it's kind of like music appreciation, but for photos. And it's really nice, and it's a great way of developing your skill. And these challenges are great to not only give yourself a reason to go out and shoot photos. It was kind of interesting to go out and like see a singular tree and be like, how will I take a photo of this? And then in your head you're thinking of all these different ideas, like, will I wait till it's nighttime and get like the star trails behind the tree? Will I go for a fisheye and get like a really like close-up distorted view of the tree? I didn't do any of those. I just took pictures of trees. But it was great to have like the wheels turning in my mind. But then going to the actual meeting then afterwards and seeing everyone else's images of a singular tree was really interesting, because you see like people doing stuff that you didn't even think you would do, like taking a drone photo of a single tree from above, and it's like a minimalist type of thing. And these challenges are great because you get to see other members' techniques, other members' gear in action, and their expertise. And it's just nice to have a reason to go out with the camera sometimes. I'm only showcasing my images that I've taken for the challenge because I don't have permission from the other club members to use theirs, but I will link to the club's socials down below if you want to check us out. Reason number 2 is different gear and different experiences. Gear is expensive. It's kind of hard to try it out sometimes, particularly if you're like me and you live in what is essentially the middle of nowhere. So what you have to do really is buy it, and if you don't like it, then go through the whole returns process. One of our members wanted to get a Canon teleconverter, and a few other members were like, no, they're really good, you have to make a few compromises, but you know, they gave her points as to why it would work for her. One of our members also has the Spider like monitor correction tool thing. It's like a little device that you clip onto your computer monitor, and you can calibrate it to get your colors more accurate for printing and that sort of thing. And she'll just lend it out to anyone that wants it, which is amazing because tools like that are kind of expensive and a bit niche, and they're really useful, but the kind of cost and just difficulty of renting one kind of turns a lot of people off of using them. A member of the club recently bought an Olympus EM5 Mark II, and Micro Four Thirds users aren't that common at all. There's the 2 of us in the group. And he wanted to get a long lens to see what it was like. So I just let him borrow my Lumix 100 to 300, and when I eventually upgraded to the 100 to 400, I just sold him the 100 to 300. And as well as sharing gear, we'll share experiences. So some examples that jump to mind is we have a member that's super talented with astrophotography. So he gave a presentation on astrophotography, and not only did he cover the camera settings to use, which, you know, you can find in like a book or a YouTube video or a blog post, he also covered local areas that would be really useful for trying this kind of stuff out. And that's the sort of thing you don't really get from learning techniques from YouTube. And it's not just astrophotography. We have members that have covered like printing onto canvas. Different editing software is a big one because not a lot of people want to pay however much it is for a Lightroom subscription these days, which I can kind of understand. Reason number 3 is it helps you meet people. I'm in my mid-20s, I'm no longer in college, I moved across the country, and I didn't really have a social thing in my life, and having this club meeting twice a month just gave me something to do, gave me people to talk with, and that sort of thing. And typically you'll find that photographers, a lot of interests overlap as well. So like the outdoors, birding is a big one, even if they're not bird photographers. But yeah, like actually having the social element is great, and my club in particular is very nice in that there's like tea and biscuits there. It's quite Irish. There's like tea and biscuits as you go to meet up. At first I was a bit unsure because I showed up and I was like the youngest by not a lot, but I was definitely the youngest member there. And no, it's been really nice just to chat and get new experiences and all that from people I probably wouldn't have interacted with if they were not a member of a club. Reason number 4 is opportunity. Before I joined the club, I never had a chance to exhibition my photos, but we managed to have an exhibition for the club where every member chose 6 images, and one of the members there printed them and mounted them, and did all that, which was amazing. That's a lot of work. Thank you, John. We got an Irish landscape photographer, Eamon McCarthy, to open the exhibition, and it was open there in Clemaris for, I want to say, about a month. Definitely a great experience, and it's a great way to showcase your work. I don't know, picking 6 images that sum up your sort of photographic style is interesting. Just to backtrack a bit as well, the sharing gear can also be a great opportunity. I had never printed any of my photos to A1, but one of the members there has a big Epson A1 printer, and he let me print for cost price. I gave him a bit extra as well, of course. I thought people were kind of, I don't know, overemphasizing how great it is when you see your image start to come out of the printer as a tangible thing. It was really great to see an image that I'm used to seeing displayed on a small phone screen, A1 size. Yeah, it's great. I have a few of them mounted in my office. I have a few of them mounted on the wall there behind me, and just a fantastic, fantastic opportunity. And thank you very much for letting me borrow your printer, Sean. Those are the reasons I think you should join a camera club. But what if there isn't one near you? If you are a university student, well then you probably already have a photography society. Now, my experience with the photography society at my college when I did my undergrad wasn't great. It was kind of just there and we didn't really do anything cool. That's just societies in general at some colleges, but some colleges do take them very seriously. I know for a fact there are colleges in Ireland where the Camera Society is actually one of their biggest societies and they have lots of members. So definitely an option if you are a student. If you don't have a photography society, then you can just start one, and typically the college will have money allocated for that through the Students' Union. Can you tell I used to work at a college, giving you all the inside information? If you are not a student and you can't find a group, well then maybe it's time to start one. If you have a local town hall, community centre, or if you're in a pretty religious area, you might have a parish centre. Those spaces will have a big room that you can rent for a certain amount per day. Also, if you go through those channels, you might have local funding available to you through arts councils or just community development funds and that kind of stuff. But also, you might want to keep it to be a relatively small time thing where it's just you and maybe like 8 other people. So what I think could be cool is if you take a note from like a book club, where a lot of book clubs don't meet at the same space. They'll just cycle between members' living rooms every meeting. That could be an option too, and you just plug your laptop into the TV and showcase your images that way. So there you have it. Those are reasons I think you should join a local camera club, and also how you could probably go about starting one. Just a few like updates. I kind of do these sometimes at the end of videos. I've been not here for a while. I think it's 3 or 4 weeks that I haven't done a video. I had a lot of problems with my scooter, so I was just covered in oil trying to fix that. Getting a new scooter because I couldn't rely on the old one. I also went camping, and I was camping on a beach on the west coast of Ireland, and I thought this is fantastic. When the sun sets over these cliffs, it's going to look magnificent. But I was in a little cove and facing east, so I didn't get any sunset, and I got woken at like 4 in the morning from the sunrise. And the camera I brought, I had it set to accidentally take JPEGs, not RAWs, and it wasn't really a photography focusing trip, so yeah, I didn't really get any photos of it. But it was nice to go camping, and maybe I'll do something like that on the channel, like a photo vlog while camping. I don't know. I also released some music for like the first time in a long time, actually. My music making pseudonym is Ember Pines. I'll have a link down in the description if anyone wants to check that out. I'm not going to promote that a whole bunch here. It's just something else that I work on. Like really enjoy making music and music as a whole. I did my undergrad in music. I then lectured music for a while. Music is very much a part of me, and it was just nice to do that for a while. What about upcoming stuff? So, where have I put this? That's a problem when I film. I don't wear my glasses when I film, so I'm kind of blind, so I don't even know if I'm in focus. I'm trusting the G9 Mark II to keep me in focus. I picked up an EM10 Mark I for actually quite a decent price, and I don't know, I've been kind of enjoying it. It's a little bit small, but in like a nice way, and it just looks really nice in black with the Olympus 17mm f1.8 on it. So maybe expect a review of that at some point. I also haven't forgotten about the G9 Mark II. I'm still working on typing up notes for my actual review of that camera. Alright, I'm gonna head out now because the G9 II is about to die. So, thank you very much for watching. Slán.